Hey guys, welcome back to Gracie Schwartzwald. I'm here with Erkan Mete, and we're going to go over a technique that I used to use back in the day when I wasn't such the nice Roy that I am now. And it works off of a position I really like to use from the mount that stops people bridging and also sets up neck cranks. When I started Jiu-Jitsu, you know, one of the very first techniques Royce taught me when I was a white belt, and I'm talking about like 2000, was a spine lock. Right? And he used to teach foot locks and all that back in the day, and spine locks and neck cranks, because there wasn't the idea of like, oh, this is illegal, right? You know, obviously we value safety, and you should train safely. And certain techniques, maybe I don't teach white belts because, you know, they tend to go after everything very hard, and some things aren't as favorable if you go after it super hard. But yeah, we learned everything back then because we were learning to fight and defend ourselves, not to go to the local tournament and get an advantage and win. So this is one I've been using since then. Can I get you to lay with your head towards the camera? There we go. So I'm going to basically work. I want to be inside one arm as if I was going to control his head. And I want to work under the other arm. Okay. Now, I don't need this under the other arm. This could actually be out. But sometimes it helps him maybe stopping to work on my hips. But right now I'll take it out so it's a little less painful for him. So all I'm going to do is, he's keeping his head heavy on the ground and I can't get under. So I'm going to circle my arm to the other side. And I want to use the back of my elbow, not at his neck, not at his ear, but at the top of his head. And I'm going to drive his elbow this way. Now you'll notice as I drive, it'll get to a certain point, he'll have to start lifting it in order to maintain safety and lack of pain. So as it does, I'm going to bring my arm up and shelve it. Okay. This I use a lot against wrestlers, so bridge your hips. There's no bridge, right? If he can put his head on the ground, he can bridge very strongly. Okay. So sometimes if he lifts his head up just a little bit, I'll just sneak my arm under anyway and go here. And I plant my hand. But if he's keeping his head heavy, he just won't give me the head control. You know, he wants to be a jerk about this. Okay. We're playing prison ball now. I go here and I clip. Now, turn this way a little bit. From here, I'm going to circle my arm under, get his arm. Now, I could walk the arm up, hit the neck crank. So I'm going to put my head on the ground, and now I'm going to clear this arm. From here, I'm going to start to circle, bring my leg across. Let's turn this way. Once I do, I'm going to fall to the side. I can keep this arm or I can switch, and I want to turn my angle. I want my calf directly across the side of his neck. So not in the front, not in the muscle here, but along between those 2 points here. So I'm going to cut the angle, figure 4 my legs, put my leg behind. Now make sure that I'm trimmed enough away from here. I can lay back, push his head into the choke. Okay. Turn this way a little bit. So I'm here, maybe I'm inside both arms. He's trying to push on my hips. Go to push on my hips. Push on my hips now. Here, I go under, head on the ground. I'm going to sneak through. Now I'm going to start to lift, turn, fall to the side, take my leg out. My leg is in the wrong position. I cut the angle. I figure 4. Now, very important, I don't leave this leg here where you can trap it in half guard. Here. I want to bring my leg out. Now I can push his head. I can get up on my hand, start holding my hips back. Let's turn this way once. Sorry. Here, I swim inside, lift the head, pin, step, move around, fall to the side. Notice my leg is here trapped, but as I fall, the leg will come out. Cut the angle, turn this way a little bit. If you're too close, you can move your angle back, lock. I have the choke, I have the arm lock here. I have different Kimura, Americana wrist lock. Okay. So it's kind of a mount to a neck crank to a triangle choke.
To a shaver.
To a shaver. All right. Thanks, guys.
That's cool too.